YouTube has a serious problem. Whilst making my last video about fake restoration channels, I stumbled across the world of viral oddly satisfying videos based around quote fixing turtles. And with one thing leading to another, I found myself uncovering one of the worst rabbit holes in YouTube history, and one that is still very much active today. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and in today's video, I'll be exploring the dark world of fake animal rescue and restoration videos with a special feature from up-and-coming YouTuber Expo. These videos, which often claim to be rescuing animals, are incredibly cruel and involve the abuse and exploitation of animals for views and profit. If you search for sea turtle barnacle removal on YouTube, you'll come across videos that claim to be rescuing turtles by removing barnacles from their shells. However, these YouTube videos are actually exploiting animals for views and profit. Sea turtles are incredibly rare, and it's highly unlikely that you'd find one with enough barnacles to make an ASMR video out of. And for most of you, this raised the question of what barnacles are to begin with, as well as the question of why they need to be removed in the first place. This is a barnacle. Barnacles are small aquatic creatures that attach themselves to solid surfaces, things like rocks, boats, and even sea turtles. They are commonly found in coastal areas and have a hard shell-like outer covering, but despite their weird appearance, barnacles are generally harmless to turtles as well as the other surfaces that they attach to. So logically thinking, there are almost no reasons for the barnacles to be scraped off in the first place. And due to the rarity of sea turtles, the ones who can actually get barnacles, desperate creators have resorted to glue barnacles, dirt, and rocks onto the shells of freshwater turtles just so they can scrape them off for the camera. Unlike sea turtles, freshwater turtles have a soft and highly sensitive shell, resulting in the gluing and scraping of the materials to be incredibly painful for the defenseless animals. Based on thorough research from our friends over at New England Reptile, it has been discovered that in most cases, these creators are actually using the same turtles over and over again in their videos. Later in the video, they actually found that there was one person behind a lot of these videos, and in search of finding out who exactly makes this content, they found out something very interesting.
So after downloading and scrubbing through nearly 200 barnacle removal videos, I've come to the conclusion that 99% of these videos are made by the same person. There's just one creep doing this. I've spotted about 6 different species of turtles used in these videos. Forgive me if there's more than that. There's a lot of these videos out there. After a while, I started to notice something truly disturbing, and I wasn't at all surprised. They're using the same turtles over and over again. And I know this because I spend entirely too much time hyper-focusing on things most people would. Just imagine returning home after every trip to the beach, just to have the stuff glued back on your shell, so it can be scraped off with anything from a sharp blade to a fork the next day.
Despite the fact that YouTube has guidelines against violence and abuse, these videos continue to be popular and profitable on the platform. YouTube has ultimately failed to adequately address this issue, and in some cases has even hidden criticism of it from view. When creators like Dan the Turtle Man have tried to call out these channels, they become victims of YouTube's harsh shadow banning, demonetization, and age restriction of content, which, as seen by this graph, immediately kills video growth.
If we go to the views, it goes up and up and up and up and up, and then it just completely stops. They killed the video. That's why I'm also trying to get this one out there, so hopefully this can pick back up, get the word out about this, because they're back.
It's almost as if YouTube is harsher on the channels calling out the problem than the actual channels creating it. And what makes this even more twisted is the fact that many of these channels have a past in creating dog rescue videos, because at one point, they were an easy route to views and subs.
They're chameleon channels. And what I mean by that is, they change with the trends. Example, just look at the name of this channel and look at the banner. Most of these channels in the past were dog related, and they've since changed to being sea turtle rescue videos because that's what's hot right now. These chameleon channels are generally based out of Cambodia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. The reason they do everything in English and speak little in their native tongues on that channel is to keep the video in English-speaking markets.
These dog rescue videos, however, are on a whole new level of twisted and have been a problem on YouTube for over 3 years. The original animal rescue videos were called out on the 23rd of August of 2020 with the video titled YouTube's Fake Animal Rescue Channels by Nick Crowley, where, through his research, it was found that all of these soulless channels would often put puppies and kittens in harm's way just to act like some valiant hero before allegedly saving them. Have a look.
They are intentionally mangling these puppies for their content. And the fact that we've seen some of these dogs get bit by actual king cobras, then we already know that they are likely killing these dogs for content as well. Now, when I was investigating this channel, I happened to find a comment on one of their videos from an account named The Rescue Journey TV, and what I found on that channel was virtually a mirror image of the two that we've discussed so far, except this one might be even more shameless. This channel has very similar red flags to Happy Dog, with one of the biggest being their obvious attempt to follow views. A year ago, one of their videos showed a kitten trapped in between the wheels of a truck, with the video gaining a staggering 11 million views. Now, just a few months after that, a similar video was posted that showed another kitten rescued from the tires, with a similar thumbnail, and this one got 31 million views. And much like the snakes on the Happy Dog channel, the people at Rescue Journey TV likely saw how well these rescues were doing and started doing them more to gain views, as in the following week, 2 more videos would be posted of the same exact type of rescue. It's pretty ridiculous to believe that this could happen 3 times in the span of 1 week, because in a lot of ways, it doesn't even make sense how these kittens would get stuck there in the first place. I also want to add that each of the thumbnails that they used for these types of rescues were photoshopped, with them adding blood to make the video more clickable, further exploiting these situations for their own gain.
The evidence presented in Nick Crowley's video was very damning, with him showing proof of them using the same dogs over and over again, going as far as putting them in dangerous situations, all just to film a quote, rescue video.
They use the same animals as props for their videos to act like they're saving them. And knowing these are staged is terrifying, as this channel features videos of dogs and kittens drowning and being crushed by rubble, meaning that they're likely putting these animals through all of that.
But if you thought things were already bad, things get even worse. New England Reptile has been working hard to expose animal channels that abuse animals and promote disturbing fantasies such as vor. Vor is a fetish or fantasy involving the desire to be swallowed whole or to swallow someone else whole, and these reptile creators have been found to be promoting their live feeding videos on websites dedicated to vor fantasies, and some have even been found feeding their own pet guinea pigs for the camera. While live feeding is a common practice among reptile owners, it's very easy to distinguish the ethical owners from those with more disturbing motivations by simply looking at the titles of their videos. For example, there's a notoriously bad channel named Deranged Reptile and Amphibian Feeding, and they title their videos like, Corn Snake Gets Bloody with Rat. Warning, live feeding. Rat screams from every bite. Warning, Pixie Frog live feeding. As well as Squealing Rat silenced by Giant African Bullfrog. Warning, live feeding. All videos conveniently just above 8 minutes long in order to capitalize off monetization. And with just a quick look into the comment sections of these videos, you can find people romanticizing about the deaths of rats with comments like, WTF 69 style, and the fact that he ate his first. But not all comments are in support of the content, with another commenter stating, holy f***ing shit man, I'm all into live feeding but that thing was straight up tortured, and I couldn't imagine a worse way to die. It's evident that these creators, rather than just wanting to feed their animals, are wanting to make some sort of torture film by filming the slow and painful death of rats, hamsters, and even other lizards. And although YouTube has suspended and terminated some of these channels, many of the others have lasted years posting this content regularly, raking in hundreds of thousands of views. Definitely going to try shadow banning this video, and it's highly likely that I won't even be able to monetize this. So all I ask from you guys is to subscribe and stick around for future content. Special thanks to Nexpo and Nick Crowley for helping me out with this video. I couldn't have done it without you guys.